Wow, another nation has fallen, the Oxbroxy. This is interesting. We've had a considerable amount of action happening in the other parts of the galaxy. Thankfully, none of it really threatens our little corner here. We're kind of the regional hegemon, I think, more or less, for the moment. Maybe until we start meeting borders with people like the Oxbroxy or the Spyran. Let's go ahead and communicate with the Shroud again. Last time went pretty well. A shard of perfect crystal floats here, rotating slowly around its axis. As we approach, it shatters into 1,000 pieces. So we can get some evasion. Let's go for influence. I think that's going to have the most meaningful impact right now. We're not at war. Otherwise, these two things would be great. But the low probability means we might not get it, or something bad might happen. Oh, let's do it. Yeah, that is a good point. Can do the patrols for the piracy. We'll have to see if that ends up being necessary. Looks like that might have been the only... I think that system's kind of in a weird case on its own. The rest of these seem to be... Oh, actually, they're... Okay, so we're getting very, very slow piracy growth along here. So maybe you are correct, Stu, that we should do that. Why don't I set a patrol up to go between Sidor and Arrakis? Or not Arrakis, Oblion. There we go. That will probably be more than enough coverage for now. And let's get time going. Is our fleet in position? Ah, yes. Our army, I shouldn't say fleet, our army is in position over the homeworld of these xenophobes that we can't enlighten. Oh, our native interference policy does not allow this. Can we make it allow this? Oh, that's right. So I think the problem with me doing that is I will break a relationship with one of these. Up a little bit. It's not these folks, is it? So that is giving a 10%. So that they'll drop to 75. You know, I think, and we can always change it back again later. I think it's worth it. Another one falls. Let's go unrestricted. Okay, well they dropped to 70. And then I guess we could check to see if there's... Yeah, we don't have any other options. So I think it's time to go ahead and do this operation. I don't think they're going to stand much of a chance against this army. It should go pretty smoothly.
Planetary invasion commenced.
Oh yes, it definitely did.
Invasion force has seized a planet.
Cool. So that is now one of our planets. Now I'm actually probably going to go ahead and, for now, since we're not at war,
Construction complete.
Just go ahead and land these armies, just to keep a lid on the situation there. Basically just to keep them from rebelling. And we can develop this kind of as we wish. Let's get some, make sure they're going to have some housing. I think we should get some energy out of them. They can probably feed themselves. Let's upgrade this. We want a temple like we do on all of our other worlds. Then maybe we could do something for amenities, or this also produces unity. We can get a holo theater in there, and I think we also let's see. We could do a precinct houses or a stronghold. Let's do a stronghold because that will also increase naval capacity a tiny amount. And there we go. Another species joins our divine order. get this habitability, as that will help out with that colony we just sent out a colony ship to go do things with. We can. It looks like we can now start to upgrade our temples.
Star system charted.
And I don't see any exotic materials upkeep here, so I think that's safe. We can also upgrade the planetary capital building and get a new structure, which I think I'm going to do civilian industry since we're short again. What's your prime? Now here's the research buildings, research labs is where we'll start having to spend exotic materials. Ah, we got a new... yeah, they don't like us too much. Okay, so these folks are all about peace, and we're kind of... I don't know, if you've been watching the stream so far, you could probably say that we're not really about peace. So I think we need to do something about them. We could suppress them. But they also only have 12 right now. Although it has dropped us down to 3.68. I'm gonna take a wait and see approach on them for the moment. I don't know that it's worth the influence cost right now to try and reduce their numbers. We do have some pretty high bonuses to governing ethics attraction, which should keep them from getting too popular. And Stu, you are right, it is free pops by taking over that primitive planet. I think we should probably try to upgrade these temples pretty much wherever we can. Because again, more and more and more unity. So I'm going to go ahead and go through and do that on every one of these worlds. Alright. Now we do have a couple of other decisions we can make here. Witter Prime looks like they can build something here. Why don't we go ahead and build some research labs? And then here we can, on Lando Prime, I don't know, what do we need? I don't really have much in the way of energy production here to make an energy grid worth it. Doing pretty well in housing and amenities. I guess we could just do research here as well. And we'll leave the planets alone for a minute. As you can see, one thing that happens with this game is as your empire gets bigger, if you are doing like what I'm doing right now and trying to just make choices for all of your planets, it takes longer and longer to kind of get them all in reasonable shape. If it starts to take too long, I may start breaking some sectors off and kind of have them do automatic things, but we'll see. For now, I think it's okay. And we're fighting some space amoebas here so that we can go ahead and expand into this system. Looks like we were able to win that pretty easily.
Technology.
So we'll go ahead and go back to repair, and let's find a not busy science ship and get in there. I believe there was one that we sent that way.
In progress.
It must be this one. So let's have them just go ahead and survey the system. And in the meantime, I don't think there's anything we need to do with these folks. So let's send them... let's send them to the capital, since that's not super far away, and it has a shipyard. We need to pick some engineering research. We could get some mega forges, which would allow us to start upgrading some of our alloy forges up. One thing that will happen with that is we'll have to then find more minerals to feed them. Similar sort of thing with our civilian buildings. I think for now, we'll only do the civilian ones first, so we don't have to take up as many building slots with the civilian industry stuff. Speaking of which, we can upgrade the Capitol building here. Let's see, this is where we start to need the gas. I think I started talking about that before. We have +3 right now. Well, that's nice. So it means we could feasibly have up to 3 of these upgraded structures, or 3 of these upgraded research labs right now. I think I want to do that. Interesting. So we're actually getting a reduction of 10% here. So maybe I don't want to do it on the home world.
Construction.
Though we are getting a bunch of unity. Why don't we do it? I don't know. Maybe we should do it in the frontier sector, maybe. Or perhaps that would just fight it. So you know what? Let's go ahead and we'll just do it on the home world. We'll do it to 2. So that we're still getting a positive gas income, but we are getting the benefits of the extra research. And let's go ahead and take this system here and rent Beacon because, 1, it's a system we can take, and 2, it gives us another archaeological site. And I think those are so much fun. We may need to move the Corvette fleet down here as well, as it looks like we do have more space amoebas. So I guess we should get them moving. Just kidding, you thought you were going to the home world. Turns out you are still needed out in the frontier. Ooh, yeah, we are definitely hitting the consumer goods. We'll definitely want to get some more of those going. Imagine how quickly we get behind on that. In fact, also need some energy credits. I'm guessing that is because of all of these upgrades we were doing. Do we have any opportunities to generate more energy credits? We do here. How about in the frontier sector? Yes. Not really. Oh, we do have a bunch here. Wow, that is getting expensive. Let's take care of this first. Build like 4 of those. Alright, so we're gonna have to do some market things. Let's sell 1,000 motes. We're not really using them other than to make money. That will allow us to keep this deal going. And puts us pretty much back to where we need to be after that. Our marine situation should start to improve as those energy districts finish. After a period of mounting tension, the unrest on Myrick 3 has resulted in terrorist action. While casualties and property damage were minimal, faith in the Khell'Zen Order's ability to protect its citizens has been shaken. It looks like the planet's going to have a minus to governing ethics attraction, unfortunately. Let's see, what is going on here right now? How are they looking? We're still doing the construction queue. Crime's at 20%. And stability is at 12. So not great. But we're prepared for violence if it's required. Might be time for us to go ahead and let's move this ship into here.
Technology secure.
So that we have a construction ship here when we are ready. They're constructing
construction complete.
Starbase, which is finished. So we'll go ahead and have you start building out that. and this. And we're going to need a science ship. We seem to have one. Ah. So, I'm wondering if we can...
Construction complete.
Set you to passive, and then let's see if we can kind of come into the system.
Complete.
Wow, another species is gone. Seems like a lot of these like smaller, like 1 and 2 system states are being taken out. Let's go ahead and get this mineral for miners bonus, because I think that's gonna be helpful soon. And we're gonna need to pay attention here because we're gonna basically try to maneuver around the space amoeba. Yeah, Merrick 3 is still, it has issues. That's why we have a giant army there. Let's see, can we do anything here? Let's build an energy grid.
Construction complete.
Let's see if it will let us just fly around it. We're also quite low on food. Well, the income of food. Let's see if we can fix that a little bit.
Construction complete.
It looks like we're going to be able to get around it, which is great. Good job, scientist. So let's go ahead and put you back on evasive. And you are going to go ahead and first explore the natural wormhole.
Construction complete.
See where that goes. And then what can we do in the meantime? Could upgrade this. Can have it. They can build some of their, do some of their own farming on that planet. Still have quite a deficit here. What is our big? What are our big costs? I mean, ships are obviously a big one. Jobs is a pretty big one. I think we do need to find a way to maintain this deal. It might be tricky, but we do have a lot of alloys we could sell and get a lot of energy credits, so we could do that once and that will pay for it, leaving us in a pretty good position. Oh, okay. I don't think we need the influence, so let's allow that special project to be there. Yeah, it looks like there's been some consolidation in the galaxy. Like, this minor power is gone.
Construction complete.
A lot of folks up here have gotten bigger. Like this, yeah. One thing that's interesting though is I have no idea who's in this area of space, like around the Dark Hopes Nebula and out here.
War declared.
Because I haven't really been able to explore there due to closed borders. I'm curious to see who that is, whether it's a fallen empire or otherwise. Because really, I think the only one of those close to me is the Continuum. I don't know if there's really anybody else I've discovered. I don't see another one. No. So I'm willing to bet that there's a fallen empire in there. That's probably why no one's expanding that way. Looks like our fleet is here and ready to take care of these space amoeba. It looks like we have explored the wormhole, and this wormhole goes to Galzor. So we're going to want to figure out where that is. Galzor is all the way out here. So now we have a border with the Thimboid Combine, and
War declared.
they're like neutral with us.
Technology secured.
They do share authoritarianism with us, so it'll probably give us a little bonus. Yeah, same authority. So it's not the worst situation. Alright, we need to pause and catch up on some of these things going on. Let's go ahead and get this leader cap upkeep down. And let's get city district housing +1. Ah, we're out of consumer goods. Let's sell some moats. Buy some consumer goods. I suppose we're going to have to fix that imbalance here at some point soon. I imagine the pressure there is probably coming from the research upgrades. Wow, this food situation is getting a little ridiculous. Oh, also upgrading to all the temples. Yep, that probably did it too. Let's see. That's about all we can do with the planets for right now. Our truce should be about up. We could start getting ready for war again. Getting a vassal will get us some extra income. And it appears the truce is gone in September 7th of this year. Alright, so why don't we have this fleet come back, and when that fleet gets back, we'll get repairs. Maybe if we need any upgrades, we'll do that, and we'll start preparing. I think we're just going to go ahead and try and demand vassalization and see if we can get enough war score to do that. Let's go ahead and research this anomaly in Tethys. And let's have this science ship do some excavation here. At some point I want to build up some defenses, but I'm not quite ready to do that just yet. We're also going to want to expand this way. So more consolidation is occurring.
Construction complete.
Looks like the human Commonwealth is taking out these other smaller systems one by one. We still need more energy credits. Our food situation is okay. As I'm about to say, almost balanced back out. It seems to have balanced itself back out, which is excellent. We also get a new, so we can do the unemployment thing, which maybe is useful now, since we do have some unemployed pops we're dealing with. Or we can get amenities usage down. This one eventually leads to the ship build speed and fire rate. Let's just finish this part of the tree up. Alright, physics research. Ooh,
War
let's
declared.
get gateway travel. As getting... eventually we're going to want gateway construction. Because an empire of this size, one thing we're going to want to eventually do is put gateways all over our empire. So that we don't have to take half a century to move our fleet across to do something.
Construction complete.
Alright, we got our first archaeological event from the new dig site. Oh, go Commonwealth. Yeah, the Commonwealth has into space. Commonwealth into space. Of course, I don't think it's the same Commonwealth, but we'll go with that. For those that are wondering what Stu's talking about, it's I think he's probably referencing his playthrough of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth in EU4, which is another series we have going on here on the channel / stream. But let's take a look at this dig site. While excavating the ruins on Rent Beacon 6, recently vanished without a trace. I think there was supposed to be a name there in that sentence. An extensive search by the other archaeologists turned up nothing. We have to assume the worst. Deja vu dig. Huh. I have a feeling this one's going to be an interesting storyline. Can we do anything with these planets? Is this a specialist? Yeah, I can't do much with the specialist problem. We are going to need more housing, though. How are we doing on... I guess we could try to do more with trade to make some money. I don't know if we have enough trade value out here to really warrant the investment. It's like little bits here and there. I guess maybe they would all add up. But I think our planets we are collecting from, that actually... Well, we got an 8 here. Maybe when they get more and higher levels of pop, we can build up the infrastructure to go out here. Because we'd either have to have patrols, or we'd have to build stations, or one of those things, in order to do that effectively. I missed anything on... We're missing some stuff on the route. We could build a station here in Oblion. That would give us another 16. I think that would be worth it. And we could pick up another 3 by putting a trade hub on it. It shouldn't cost us a ton just to have the base station. I think it'll be profitable. Primordial soup. Nestled in sheltered pockets across Tethys VA's surface is a rich sludge of simple organic compounds that our researchers believe could be a hotbed for abiogenesis, the spontaneous formation of organic life from lifeless matter. Tethys VA has an unusually thick atmosphere for a barren world, which could make it hospitable for simple life forms. Although this presents a unique opportunity to study what could be the early stages of the origin of life, it would be best to set our expectations low, as it may still be millions of years before life evolves naturally on Tethys VA, if at all. Well, that's cool. Some Nito kind of stuff. Looks like we could still use some more food.
Construction.
I don't want to use the last district on that. But I am willing to use a district here. The Spyren are at war. It's probably with the other Spyren conglomerate. Huh. I guess they're just trying to clean up their interior. Let's upgrade our fleet, since we do have the resources for that. Our marine situation is starting to stabilize. I think we did do that little build-up of generator districts. One thing that does happen with that is it sort of just takes time for the folks to take on the jobs. And now we need consumer goods again.
Vessels
That is certainly a problem for us. It keeps coming up. Let's build more civilian industries. I think a lot of it is because the things that we're trying to make a lot of with this Empire right now are Unity and science research, and both those things eat up consumer goods. So it's really unavoidable for us to kind of have to revisit that constantly. But we can visit the Shroud, which before we do that,
Technology secured.
let's go ahead and do some market shenanigans. Let's sell some moats, and that will pay for our Shroud activities. Let's reach in, see if there's anything good. A small flickering star materializes inside the Shroud. It flies past at incredible speed, and for a second, it reveals itself as an alien ship of unknown configuration. Then it vanishes in a cloud of psionic energy as quickly as it appeared. Can it be? Is it possible to physically enter the Shroud and then emerge somewhere else entirely in normal space? Ooh, let's linger for a while. Oh, we got our first bad event from this. Yet another flickering star suddenly appears, but this time we are ready. It is indeed an alien ship, unlike any that is seen in our galaxy. It flies past us. We attempt to merge with the mind glow of its crew, but their intellects are darker and more alien than any we have encountered. Not only are we repelled from their vessel, but the psionic feedback from their violent rejection has followed us out of the Shroud. The sublight travel of our starships has been momentarily reduced. That's sad. I took the risk because I think that one, if you succeed on the dice roll, you can get the side jump drive, which would be pretty nice.
Construction complete.
Let's get planet build speed, why not?